You are at the northern post, which takes in D and part of Central Street. The street once had blacksmith shops, soft drink factories, the Royal Hotel and more. Behind where this post is located is the site of the Olympia Airdrome open-air theatre. The airdrome was made from corrugated iron and had no roof. Rain proved to be a beneficial business partner for the owners of the theatres, for when it rained there was a mass exodus from the open-air theatre to the East Street Theatre. On some occasions, the owners were paid twice for the evening's entertainment. This land is now occupied by IGA, and directly opposite is Mount Morgan Hardware. The hardware is on land once occupied by houses, except for the building on the corner. Looking diagonally across from this post to the other side of the intersection, you'll see a big red brick building. This is the Mount Morgan State High School, which started its life as a technical college in 1908 and became Queensland's first state high school, opening on 12 February 1912. White funeral posts were a common sight in Mount Morgan. These posts were on prominent corners and would be where undertakers would pin death and funeral notices to get the word out to people. No other notices were allowed on these posts, and the tacks were often left in the post as a sign of respect. One of these posts stood near the high school until the 1970s. To the left of the high school grounds stands the modern Mount Morgan QAS station. The QATB operated from a building on the northern side of the high school between 1913 to 1928, when it was razed to the ground. After the fire, other premises in the vicinity were used until 1960, when a more modern building with a D Street frontage was established. This building was refurbished in 2009. Looking across from the high school, you'll find a service station in a location where a private residence once stood. It became a service station in 1962. The big building next to the service station was once used as a boarding house for the overflow of customers from the Grand Hotel. It later became the Young Women's Christian Association and is now a private residence. The lane between this building and the Grand Hotel is known as Cutter Lane and was named after the running the cutter tradition, whereby miners would sit on logs behind the hotels and pay a young boy to fetch a billy of beer for them.